Welcome to episode 68 of the movie Lighthouse, shining a light through the fog of film, but that light shines a little less brighter today as we remember that person who is no longer with us. What was his name again?
Glorious.
No. We tried to get rid of him, that didn't work. William, that was it. Well, no, it was
Window.
Window. He gets very annoyed if we call him that. However, he's not completely gone because we have some correspondence from him.
Do you really?
Do indeed.
Bless him. Where is he?
Where is he? Well, he's not on the island. So it says, let's have a look. Hello, keepers. I write this with a tear welling in my eye. For the first time, I'm going to have to wait to hear the podcast to hear what you think of my opinion. But rest assured, I will make it my aim in life to be your number one fan. Leaving the podcast was one of the hardest things I ever had to do. But the truth is, I was getting tired of some of the drivel I was being forced to watch. Not from James, I hasten to add. Yes, Laurie, you were to blame, I'm afraid. If I had stayed, I was concerned I would start hating you as much as the films you made me watch. At least now I can mute your reviews and listen to James's humorous and on-the-nose reconstruction of a film. What a legend. Excellent work, James. Let's meet for some beers soon. You're the greatest. Your best mate, Win.
That was nice. Look at that.
Thanks, Win.
That was beautiful.
Wasn't it?
I've welled up. Oh, man.
It's emotional.
Bless him. What? I know you said he was not on the island, but I beg to differ. I'm sure I've seen...
Clearing up the seagull shit.
About 3-4 nights ago, there was like a scurrying. I could only call it that, like a scullering.
Oh my god!
In the bushes. So and that's 2 nights now, like in a month.
Are you sure? I got his
cologne.
Little thing from Don't Look Now.
No,
so that was out there for a while.
I got notes of his cologne. So basically, it's been a very hot day, but I've been out there and I've dug a big, massive fuck off hole, and I've baited it.
Brilliant.
And I'm going to call it the Winnie trap. All right. So one day I'm going to trap that little sucker, and it's going to be in there. So every episode from now on,
hobble him like in Misery, so we can't leave.
Well, it's quite a big drop actually, so he probably will break something when we do get him. But so that's our Winnie trap. So I've baited it. I've put in things that will lure him in. His little face.
What have you put in there?
Foot cream, top quality. None of your rubbish little shit. Foot cream, a few like cocktail sausages, little pork pie, like party ones, and some self-improvement pamphlets. So I'm hoping that's going to be the perfect cocktail, and we're going to catch him. So every episode, what we'll do, we'll check who's in the Winnie hole. And if it's not Wyndham, if we've caught someone else, then obviously they can be with us for the episode. But I live in hope. So this week I've baited it with those 3
wonderful
things.
Wonderful.
I'm sure we'll be able to get him.
I love it.
Need a jingle for it though, when we check in the window.
Yeah, maybe every time we have a look, we'll check every month maybe and see what we can catch.
I'm sure we'll catch something.
Yeah, definitely. So talking of that little thing from Don't Look Now, sad news this week.
Our boy, Donny boy, bless him.
Yeah.
So what was he coming in at? 85, something like that.
I don't know, but probably sounds about right.
Sounds
Brilliant
about
in
right.
Puppet Masters, obviously.
I knew you was going to say Puppet Masters.
Well, it's his best film, I think.
Which we've reviewed, haven't we, in detail?
Maybe we'll re-look at it now. It's the 2 of us. See if we can give it a bit of a better score.
I'll be quite happy to revisit that. Maybe not just yet. We'll give it a little bit of while. But exactly. No, Puppet Masters for sure. Donald, he definitely brought some sort of uniqueness, didn't he? To a male protagonist. He'd always normally have quite a juicy role. I mean, particularly back in the days when he was deemed as sexy even.
Yeah, he was quite unique, wasn't he? Because he kind of played the same role, really.
Yeah, I suppose, yes. I think that's a good point. He's
a lot better than maybe
Donald
Schwarzenegger did.
Yeah, much more tonal than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it always struck me as a kid, that he was, you know, he's kind of sort of positioned as a sex symbol quite a lot of the time in the
Well,
movies.
yeah,
And it's
well, I
like,
have heard that. I'm not
really,
100% sold on that.
it's
It's
very
because he did that love scene, isn't it? In Don't Look Now.
well. You've definitely got that. So I think, you know, that's definitely one of my standout films of his career. You got Cassavetes, not Cassavetes, what we're talking about, Casanova, that he did with Fellini.
Haven't seen that.
Brilliant film. And obviously Casanova, you can't get more sex symbol than that, can you? But that is a truly, truly wonderful, wonderful film. So if you ever get to see that,
Oh,
check
okay. And he wasn't afraid of doing like the franchises. He obviously did Battle Royale 2, whatever it was called. The Hunger
I mean, the
Games.
Hunger Games, yeah.
Yes.
So he stayed relevant, didn't he? Bless him.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, pretty much right up to the end. He kept on working.
Yeah, he did.
Um,
He was in that series about money or something, was he? Show off.
yeah, I missed that one. I
Yeah, me
missed
too.
that one.
Me too.
But yeah, I say personally for my standouts, it would be Casanova, Don't Look Now, and
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
that's it.
Come
So if
on.
any of those three you haven't seen, dear listener, check it out.
That is a rat turd. It's a paper. What did he call what? A caper. It's a caper. It's a rat turd. It's a caper.
It's a caper.
What is that?
A caper.
No,
Do you presume to tell us what is in the stock?
it's a rat turd.
A what?
A rat turd.
A caper.
A rat turd.
A caper.
If it's a caper, eat it.
It's my favourite bit from that film. Oh, bless. Anyone else died?
I'm sure thousands,
Yeah, not millions.
if not
over the months.
millions.
Not millions. All right. Well, have we got any other news? What's the summer blockbuster this year?
The summer blockbuster,
Oh,
I don't know off the top of my head. I don't stay abreast with the current movies, but I will say Beetlejuice 2. I will say that.
oh, when does that come out?
I think it's going to be summer, right? I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty
No,
sure it's
I
summer.
bet it'll be no, because we'd have heard a lot more about it. I bet there's going to
You
be
reckon it's
lots of
Christmas,
hype.
do you?
Yeah, yes.
Halloween? Do you reckon it's Halloween?
Well, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Okay, all right then. So what have we got? We've got Inside, what's it? Inside Out 2?
Yes, well, I quite liked Inside Out. Have you seen it yet? Inside Out 2?
No. Inside Out, it was kind of mental, but it was good.
Well, it was
Deborah
the numbskulls, basically, wasn't it? Do you remember the numbskulls from the Beezer?
No. Well, is that the emotions?
It was a
that were inside
cartoon.
your
It was
head?
it was a cartoon, and basically there were these little beady things that lived in the head, and they controlled the body by levers and stuff. It was
Ah.
absolutely the numbskulls.
It's exactly
It was,
that's
yeah.
exactly it.
Yeah, have a look at
Well,
the comic strip. You'll be amazed.
I heard that Inside Out 2 actually is the biggest of all time film to gross in its opening weekend, or it may be the second
Well, you know why
biggest.
that is? Because everyone's so self-obsessed these days.
Oh, that's it. What's going on in my mind? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I want to be told by a Pixar. No, it's it got 155 million on the first weekend. Globally, I think it's probably a few days ago, but it's 295 million.
God, who's that desperate to go, right, I need to go and see
This is
Inside
it.
Out
See,
2?
this is it. Because obviously, because of the pandemic and all the COVID shit, I think, you know, Pixar just released their stuff on Disney Plus, didn't they? So you had
Well, yeah, well,
Red
for an
Dragon.
exorbitant rate, didn't they? It's like you could.
Yeah, well, I think they did charge. Well, sometimes they did charge for a film, or maybe they didn't. I'm not too sure.
They did. I think for the better films they did. I think
Right.
you know, you could have like it was like 25 quid or something.
Yeah. So, but I think ever since then, you know, Pixar have been releasing these movies, and no one's really. It's not a really particularly big deal, but for suddenly some reason.
Well, who wants to watch a
Inside
film
2
about
comes
jazz and death? Really? Come on.
Well, that's a really good one. That one. What was that one called?
Death jazz.
Death Jazz. That's it. That
Sold.
was good.
Sold,
Yeah, no, but
sold.
it's nice to see people were going to the cinema and spending 155 million pounds in one weekend.
Do you think that's just
That's
on those
great
really
news.
large drinks?
Yeah, that's it.
They are massive, those drinks, aren't they?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Would you ever do that? I think I did
Oh,
it
all the
once
time,
when we
nearly
got
every
second.
time I go to the cinema.
Do you?
Yeah.
Right. No wonder why you have to leave.
Well, I don't. That's the thing. There's nothing wrong with my bladder. I don't drink it all.
If you do not need a piss badly, there's something desperately wrong with your bladder.
Yeah,
If you're drinking that.
let's not go down that route.
Okay.
Up,
Or up it? Or no. How would you go?
up across, through.
Oh, yeah. I'd
through.
have you. No. Don't worry.
So yeah, I mean, and I suppose now because there's so many films coming out all the time on just the television sets.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up with any of it really.
We're just pacified enough, aren't we?
I've watched a lot of half films that I'll want to get on to talk about in a bit. Like
now, what would a half film be?
Well, half of it because
right,
gone to sleep and never just got around to the rest of it, which is a bit annoying, really. So
that can happen, and it is annoying. So yeah, we'll do a little half film breakout.
Half film breakout. So, should we do In the Beam and on the Rocks, or have you got a new feature? Or are we going to do that in a bit? He's got a new feature. We're trying to pull the audience back, aren't we? The listener
That's
back.
It's the Winnie Trap.
Who's
in
the
the
feature?
Winnie Trap? Trap.
Great.
And then maybe if we catch something, and like I say, it is really, really quite deep. So there might be a little echoey voice that tells us who they are. And we'll just winch them out. We'll winch them out of our Buffalo Bill.
I can't wait. We better check it regularly because we don't want anyone dying down there either.
Christ, yeah. No, I'll be down there every morning.
All right, well, let's do
In
the Beam. What have you got for us, Mr. Wise?
Well, see, I didn't really, we kind of, didn't realize we were going to be up here in the lighthouse, did we really? So I suppose a couple of films that I've watched recently that, just surprised me again. There are no major shakes. They just turned up on TV or whatever. I didn't deliberately go and sniffing it out. But it was Scott Pilgrim versus the World, 2010, Edgar Wright's Scott Pilgrim versus the World. It's just great.
Is it good?
It's so good.
Is it like a cartoon?
Does
it have wham and powers? Does it have wham?
Oh yeah. But much more in a kind of sort of a video game kind of feel. But yeah, it's cartoon. Or the original source is a comic book, right? And this is kind of like the first kind of generation of comic book films. This is back when you had like Kick-Ass. What else was the really cool one? The start of the Chris Nolan Batman stuff. This is when it was actually quite exciting. Sin City, and this came out around that kind of time. So this is when comic book films were actually quite exciting, and they were pretty damn good, made by cool people. Whereas now, obviously, it's borderline. It's a machine, for want of a better word.
And what's it about?
Scott Pilgrim. So Scott Pilgrim he's in a band. He's nerdy, neurotic, gorgeous, funny, and they're kind of like in the battle of the bands or whatever. And then some sort of beautiful siren moses in town, and he just becomes obsessed with her, falls in love with her. She likes him too. The cut of his jib, he's got a good jib. And because of that, her seventh boyfriend had written not because of that, but it transpires that for him to go out with her, he has to fight 7 of his of her ex-lovers.
Is everything based on the 7th Samurai?
7's a beautiful thing. I mean, I think it's unchallengeable.
Yeah,
try and challenge a 7. Go on.
The Secret 7.
So you haven't.
Why? I don't understand why she did the Secret 7. I was talking about this the other day, actually. She had the famous 5. Why make another gang?
It was the 7 magic.
It's a blood of the Cribs. The irrelevance. I've got a new feature that we'll come on to in a minute.
Yeah.
But I can't work out what to call it. Part of me wants to call it Brideshead Revisited, but changing Brideshead for a movie. That doesn't work. And then I thought Return of the Jedi, but replacing Jedi with film. To what? And we can slip in a film that we've seen before.
Right.
So my choice
Needs
for that
work. It needs work.
does need work.
Can
So
we leave it like that?
my Return of the Jedi film would be Uzumaki, which I
Oh, brilliant! You dusted that sucker off.
yeah,
Uzumaki.
it's a
Yes,
it's a
again.
very good film. You know, I like.
So what are we doing here? We're talking about comic book again.
Yeah, well,
right?
that's what reminded me really. The Spiral. I'm sure they made a series of it as well, but could never find it.
So we've been promised an animated series on Toonami for the past, I think we're kind of looking at about 7 years now.
Well, you know why
And
it's never come about, don't you?
Why?
Because they start doing it and then they get more and more obsessed with the spirals.
Oh,
the
no.
spirals.
Oh, no. And then they get all slimy.
Oh,
and then they get all
you know, that gives
wobbly.
me a shiver down my spine.
Oh my God, it's so good. So anyone out there listening, so this is obviously it's based on manga, isn't it?
Well,
I've forgotten the artist's name, the writer's name, but he's absolutely superb. Everything he's done's been good. But Uzumaki is probably his best.
And it almost,
and
I mean, the film kind of comes off the comic book. I mean, it's pretty much there, isn't it?
Is it?
Well,
no, because Uzumaki goes across 3 books, right?
Yeah, well, they skim over a little bit of it, but that girl's hair is remarkable. I don't know how they did that.
It has so much promise. It almost makes me wish that they go back to that stuff and actually just go for it. Spend shitloads of money and tell us the whole crazy mad story. Because can you remember where the comic book goes near the end, where it goes into the spiral?
Oh,
remember
no,
that?
I remember the lake.
Then?
Remember the lake, and then
that's right.
And they couldn't get out of the town, but that's in the film, so maybe I'm just remembering the film again.
Yeah. Dust off the comic book, but if we could see that in film, that would be utterly amazing.
It's interesting, isn't it, with Japanese
spiral
film? They don't really care about anyone living, surviving, do they? I'm just thinking about House and Battle Royale and all of those kind of things. No one seems to make it, do they?
It's true. I think they have probably a different perspective. I mean, like if this country, Britain, likely had a massive fuck off bomb chucked on it.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
We might have a different perspective. And then again, earthquake, geology and stuff like that. Geography. Pandemics.
And that brings us on to Flight of the
Navigator.
No.
Fireflies. Graveyard of the Fireflies.
Graveyard of the Fireflies, featuring your children from 5 years ago.
Utterly destroyed me. Films like that are absolute.
I tried to watch it with my other half, but I could not find the English subtitle version. And it was, and I know that I've watched the English subtitle version because I just know I have. Because I remember her voice going, "Oh,
it's a very well-known and popular film. So I don't know why you found it so hard to find.
I bought 3 copies, and all 3 flipping copies, none of them had the English subtitle, English dub. It's very upsetting.
That is shocking. Yeah, films like that, like sort of Watership Down, much less so, because obviously you're still.
I don't think that's Japanese, though, is it?
No. But I mean that kind of just literally heartbreaking sentiment. But yeah, Graveyard of the Fireflies is an absolute killer. We talked about this when we reviewed that one, but Barefoot Jen, you get the similar. It's basically the same subject matter.
Well, it's definitely about the bomb, isn't it? I tell you what else, I only got halfway through, and I did that intentionally, really. When the Wind Blows. I've never seen. I've obviously read the book. Well, read the comic. Can you read a comic? Yeah. I've never actually seen the film, and I didn't know it started. Have you seen it?
Yeah, but it will only be once.
Awful song by David Bowie doing the theme song. I mean,
can you play it?
When the wind blows, when the wind blows, when the wind
Oh no, yeah, let's have a bit now. It's just terrible. And it's like real life footage, and then suddenly it goes into the cartoon, and I felt a lot more reassured. But I couldn't bear to get to the bit where her hair started falling out, so I stopped watching.
Right. Is that in the category of half film?
Yeah, yeah, but that was an intentional half film. He just
Yeah.
made the shelter.
I think that's a nice little segment. If we're scrabbling around for content, half film, and it's the only time you've ever seen it, though. You've actually only ever seen half of a particular film, and then we talk about what we
I don't
think.
think we're going to be scrabbling around for content, Mr. Wise.
Oh,
Don't
okay,
worry
right,
about
right,
that.
right.
Anyway, right. So with the
But
bees,
I like the fact that you found after David Bowie, the rest of Where the Wind Blows was reassuring. It's reassuring.
I mean, I think
Get
it must
behind a little.
have come out in like 1980, around the same time as Labyrinth. And Labyrinth has got a great, obviously, it's got Dance, Magic Dance. Well, a bit of that, because that's a much better song.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that I saw. Have you seen the Jim Henson documentary? Oh,
No, you said about
my
this. I would
days.
love to see the Jim
It
Henson
is
documentary.
beautiful. It is just, I mean, I've always loved the Muppets.
Still there.
Yes, can you
Right,
hear
I
me?
missed all of that. You wiggled out.
Yeah, well, just saying how much I've always adored the Muppets from a very young age. Not
Yeah.
not so much Sesame Street. I never really liked that very much.
Oh, shut up.
I
You've got to play
didn't.
another song now.
I don't. Well, no.
1, 2, 3,
You know.
4, 5, 6,
I like
7,
that.
8,
Yeah,
9, 10,
it
11,
bothered me
12,
that they just kept
5,
repeating the things because I was a
6.
very intelligent child, really, and I didn't need to be told the alphabet twice.
No, that's true.
But
No, Sesame
it's
Street was great. But yeah,
fascinating.
the
and,
Muppets, they were subversive,
yeah,
full of creativity, funny as hell. They
And
had
and
Luke
they talk about,
Skywalker on there,
obviously,
Spike Milligan. They had Peter Sellers, Elton John.
and you know
They
it was
had
all
Chris.
filmed. You know it was all filmed here in this country, the UK.
Yeah,
I did not know this. Yeah, so and then obviously it goes on to talk about the wonderful and amazing Dark Crystal and Labyrinth, which was a bit of a flop. I went to the cinema, so where was my 4.5 billion when I went and supported it? No one mentioned
yeah.
that. So yeah, I like Labyrinth. So yeah,
What's the name of that documentary, by the way? Literally the Jim Henson documentary.
I think so. Yeah, it's definitely got Jim Henson in the title, and it's directed
Okay.
by everyone's favourite, Jodie Loves Chachi, Richie Cunningham.
Yes, Richie Cunningham. I'm right in saying you're in safe hands with him.
He's yeah. What
You
did
know
he
what I
take
mean?
over? What film did he take over famously?
Solo.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah,
Which
must have been
is
awful
a
before.
really good little film. Apparently, they were doing a lot of ad lib. And it was these two directors that were quite famous for.
You mean like that?
Yeah. I think these two directors that were famous. I think they made the first Ghostbusters with the girls, and a lot
Right.
of the content of the film is literally just them, like Will Ferrell kind of film
Ugh.
style.
It does nothing.
It was
for me,
very
that
much
man.
like that. And it's like, wait a minute, guys, it's supposed to be a Han Solo film.
Yeah.
So yeah, Richie Cunningham had to come in on the back of the bike with the thorns. And
I tell you what, they need to get a fucking move on and make either a massive series or a range of feature films about Emperor Palpatine, the Darth Sidious, whatever his name is, because I am a massive fan. I can't get enough of that guy at all.
Well, you're going to get them if you've gone and you know that there's stuff out there. It's happening.
Yeah, and have you been watching The Anecdote?
The Acolyte.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like it very much, except I think the lead actor is rubbish. Sorry.
I think she's all right.
Not who's she? I'm not her. The Japanese guy.
The Japanese guy. I think he's good. I think he's good.
No, I'm not.
I quite like him. I think when they were doing the kids stuff, I felt a little bit grating when they're with all the witches. And I love the witches. I love that kind of stuff.
They're like the sisters of Dathomir, but different.
Yeah. I think we first met them in the folklore when they resurrected Darth Maul, didn't they?
But I like the way that they had a different spin on the Force, which is basically the same.
Yeah. So Acolyte.
Do you know? Just to let you know, though, I've worked it out. The sisters have swapped over. That sister is the other sister, And there was another big thing I worked out as well. Can't remember. Oh yeah, and the big bad is a Japanese guy. You know, he's her mate. So yeah,
Whoa.
because I understand how people make these things now, and they are the
How
two.
can you just say that? You knew I was watching it.
Well, I
but
don't know this for a
you-
fact. I'm just
You've
telling you
just
my opinion.
blown my mind. That's
Just-
awesome. That's cool.
That's just my opinion because
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, because that's what they would do with they did. You know, it's like what's that film with the if no US where you've got the doppelgangers family who live underground in America, and
Yeah,
but the mother was swapped. So,
yeah.
you know, and that's basically what they're doing, is it? I'm sure.
All right. Well
'Cause
done.
why else
Well,
would you
I'm
care?
sorry if anyone's been listening.
Well, it's
and
only my
been
opinion,
watching
but I
that
know I'm right.
No, I think you nailed it. And if it doesn't happen like that, I'm going to be furious.
And
But anyway,
and who else
enough-
could the big bad be? It's not, you know, it's not going to be that
it's going to be like
green
some
woman,
complete
is it?
random. You go, oh no, it's
Yeah.
a person that we don't know at all.
Yoda's put a bit of weight on, hasn't he?
Yeah, on his little stilts and his big prosthetic nose that
Do you-
wobbles when he
do you think we're
turns his
gonna
head too
see him?
quickly. Yeah, we're going to see him. Got to move on. We can't do fucking Star Wars
All right,
series. Is it coming?
All right, so
Andor series 2. That's in the can.
is that coming? Well,
that's a really good one. That's
yeah,
a
because
really good one.
because it's got the Empire all over it. I like that very much.
Yeah.
So, in the beam, what have you got? Did you do yours?
I did it in the beam, didn't
All right,
I?
well,
I
I've
did
got one.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World. You
Oh,
did
yes.
Jim Henson.
We got a bit carried away.
And-
I have
yeah.
got one. I saw Abigail. Have you heard about this film?
Ooh, it's ringing a bell.
It's basically, it kind of gives it away in the trailer. So if you haven't seen the trailer and you don't want to know what happens, don't listen to that. But basically, it's a little girl who's about 9-year-old ballerina who's a vampire.
Oh, sweet.
So it's like a heist movie. They kidnap this girl because her dad's like the richest villain in the world or whatever. But actually, she's really the richest villain in the world because she's a vampire, and she basically picks them all off one by one. It's quite good. Wearing ballet stuff.
A little bit let the right one in.
Yes, but
bit,
more, but a bit more fun. It's more humorous and it doesn't take itself too seriously, really.
Right.
But I like to let the right one in. Yeah. So yeah. So that's all right. Oh, I've got to let my dogs in. They're so needy.
It's all right. Apparently, my internet is unstable. I don't know why I sit on this chair with you and suddenly my internet's
Well,
unstable.
I can hear you just fine.
Well,
Oh,
that's
come on, bro.
beautiful.
Don't do that. Come on. My dog's unstable. My dog's unstable. He unplugged my headphones. Right, On the Rocks. Can you hear me?
Love on the rocks. Ain't no surprise.
Right, On the Rocks.
Tony.
What have
On
you
the
got?
rocks. I don't know. I'm gonna literally have to pick something out on the.
Well, while you're thinking, I've got one. I watched Late Night with the Devil. Have you seen that film?
Oh no! Don't talk about it. No! You didn't like it then. Should we just leave it there?
Well, no, I liked it right up
I
until
really
the
wanna
last
watch it.
10 minutes.
Okay, don't give anyone
I won't
away.
say
Please
anymore.
don't.
Yeah, it's definitely worth watching. But yeah, it kind of, it went a bit funny the last 10 minutes. That's all I'll say
Went a
about
little
it.
bit. Okay.
Right. So really,
On the
today's
rocks.
episode, we're just talking about now any other kind of movies that we may have been watching. Tell you a couple of these half films I've watched. Have you seen the first Omen?
The real Omen. Of course I have.
No,
You
the-
mad?
The first Omen.
Strange?
No, it's called the first Omen. You little flipwit. The new one.
Right.
It's a
No.
prequel
No.
to 1976's, and I've got halfway through, and they were kind of missing a key feature, really, except for the bit at the start with everyone's favourite uncle, Kelly's uncle. What's his name?
Jesus Christ.
Not him. Who's in all those kind of things, and he kind of talks like that, doesn't he?
Why can't I think? Why do I keep
floppy
thinking
hair.
Charlton Heston? It's not Charlton Heston. It's Oh, for God's sake!
Anyway, that guy, he's like cameos, and I think someone does a bad impression of Patrick Troughton, but there's not enough omenisms, you know, that we
Is the
used
music there?
to get to the music. There is like you know, in the first one, the nanny jumps out the window. Damien, it's all for
Yep.
you, Damien. There's like a kind of homage to that,
Hmm.
kind of, which is just a rip off of it, really. And yeah, it's just, you know, that omen was gripping from the start. I think it's a wonderful story, the original.
You do like it, don't you? I haven't like profoundly loved it, but I do
I
like
just think
it.
it's a very well made tale.
It is a well-made tale, and I as a kid, when I found out that that film existed and that there's 666 on the scalp, and I found out my mum, basically when I was sleeping, she just quickly checked if I had that on my scalp because I looked exactly like
Yes,
that
I
kid.
did all of that, but that was a Damien too,
Um,
really. That and looking for the bit in the Bible and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it was all in the Bible and all that stuff. That I was like, wow, this is just awesome.
But you must have had that revelation when you realised that one of your children was the son of Satan. How did that make you feel?
I
You don't
don't
have
know.
to say which one.
It is pride. It is actually a little bit of pride there because that's pretty punchy, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
It's pretty damn impressive, bruv. And it saves on the electricity, honestly.
So come on, what else? What else? What else have you seen?
I can't move on until we know that guy's name. It's not Charlton Heston. Why is my brain keep saying that? Jesus.
Oh, it was in
Time.
that. It was in that.
Stop it, Gregory Peckingberg.
Not Gregory Peck.
It's Gregory Peck.
That's not Kelly's uncle, is it? Gregory Peck.
Who's Kelly's uncle?
Well, Kelly, we are mutual friend Kelly, and her husband Alex.
Oh, Bill Nye.
That's him. Yeah.
I talk like
No, exactly. I told one that. I'm Bill Nye. I'm
too bloody cool. Just a little bit bloody sexy. You know?
I'm American. I think I'm good.
Yeah, I'll just have another whiskey. You know, drink some.
I often think about what
fags.
the parties are like. You know, the family gatherings.
I reckon they're really swinging. Yeah. You know, just check the cushion on the floor. You know, I don't give a hell. You know,
I don't give a hell's kick.
Do I look like a guy who gives a hell?
Do you know any families that have got a famous person in them?
I know the Forte family, and since Olimbio Forte had 6 oil liners, but we weren't allowed to talk about it at the really massive dinner
Never
table.
heard of the Fortes.
Oh, actually, I probably shouldn't be talking about this on social media.
Okay. Keep it down. Keep it to yourself. Oh, well, we didn't bother to watch the films that we're going to give Wyndham as a going away present.
Was one of them RoboCop?
One of them was not RoboCop because we'd already reviewed it. One of them was Die Hard.
Should we do it?
Do you know what? I gave him his
Hard.
Christmas present as soon as he left. Do you know what I got him? It was the best Christmas present.
Well, you didn't. I hope you didn't give him foot cream.
I got him a Die Hard advent calendar where basically the little man falls off the building a little bit at a time.
Yeah, John McClane visits all the little windows. Oh, that's good.
I don't think John McClane falls out the window, does he?
Yeah, that's John McClane. Oh, what? It's Hans Gruber, is it?
Well, I don't know.
I would have had John McClane on a fire hose, and you pull the fire hose and you go to the windows.
Ho, ho, ho. What does he say?
Oh.
Tell you what I want to see again. Pulp Fiction.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Motherfucker. Me the future. So no, just in honor of our Winnie Bum, it wasn't actually. It's just a freaking awesome film. When you're flicking through on the TV and there's suddenly RoboCop, what can you do? What can you do?
But you know we're not doing RoboCop because we've done it already. We were doing Die Hard.
It's so good. Paul Verhoeven, Peter Weller, Nancy Allen. This has made me think of something actually. So when I was talking about, Scott Pilgrim, the early generation of us doing sort of comic book movies, getting great directors like Nolan, Edgar Wright, Quentin Tarantino, Rodriguez, you know, right at
Richard
the
Cunningham.
beginning, Richie Cunningham, but right at the beginning of like phenomenons, you tend to get like interesting directors kind of getting involved, and then it gets more and more popular, and then it gets a bit more boring. So you get your Zack Schneiders and all that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And that's the comic book stuff. But yeah, RoboCop, Nancy Allen. So she was the wife of Brian De Palma, right? Really great director. He's done some amazing stuff.
Right, come on, we've done some Brian De Palma, haven't we? Isn't it like that Universal Rainbow or something?
No, we have never done. I don't think we've done. Actually, no. Oh, one of your favorites, House of the Paradise. What's it called?
Oh,
Phantom of the Paradise.
Phantom of
That's
the
a Brian De Palma
Paradise.
film. That's Brian De Palma right
I was listening to that soundtrack just the other day.
Good man. So basically, yeah, his wife is Nancy Allen in RoboCop. Lewis, right?
We're not
So
talking
he's-
about RoboCop though, are we? We're talking about Die Hard. We've done RoboCop.
I'm not talking about Die Hard. No, I've steered it off into RoboCop. I thought we'd done it with the Advent calendar. What else about RoboCop? Die Hard. It's good.
Do you know what? I only saw it
It's
about a
great.
year ago. I've not seen any of the others.
Really?
Yeah, I would thought it was actually Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon's good. Die Hard.
No, but I thought Die Hard was
2's
Lethal
good.
Weapon.
Yeah, you could be forgiven.
What's
There's a
the-
bit of gun porn in there. No, Lethal Weapon's really gun porny. You see Mel Gibson literally sucking a Beretta off.
It's better than watching him
Unbelievable.
sucking a hamburger. Was it a hamburger? Yeah, was it? When he went crackers? I think so.
Yeah, it was a hamburger. Yeah.
And Charlie Sheen, who I've met. He's all
You've
right.
met Charlie Sheen, how?
We were in the same restaurant about 25 years ago.
Crikey.
There was nobody else in the restaurant.
Right. Hamburger. Cow does all the work. Pig gets all the credit. I mean, what the fuck?
I thought you were talking about that villainous villain from McDonald's. Right.
No, what I am talking about is
RoboCop.
80s erotic thrillers. Right?
Oh,
So Brian De
what like?
Palma did a film called Dress to Kill in 1980, sorry. Brilliant erotic 80s thriller. Fantastic.
did he do
The
that
reason why
thing
I'm
with
thi-
Sharon Stone with all the screens?
Oh no. So no, that's like kind of the big granddaddy, not granddaddy, that's the big daddy erotic thriller, but that's the 90s. So that's different. So this is going back to what I was talking about. So when there's a phenomena, so in the 80s, you had this big, huge phenomena of like, so things like Jagged Edge.
Yes, we've done Jagged Edge.
No, we haven't.
Oh, that,
Never done that.
We must
We
have,
have
because I've
not.
watched it intentionally.
No, with just Jeff Bridges and Glenn Close.
Yeah.
No, we haven't.
Are you sure?
Dress to Kill.
Well, why would
Oh,
I
I
have
can't-
watched Jagged Edge if it wasn't for this podcast?
I don't know. Maybe you watched the wrong film. Maybe you thought we were watching like, I don't know, Kill Bill.
You know what? It's not on the list.
No, it wouldn't be on the list because we haven't done it.
Oh, I
Crimes
know
of
why.
Passion.
It's because I was listening to another podcast. They told me to listen to one.
Oh, I see. Crimes of Passion. Ken Russell. Dress to Kill. That's Brian De Palma again. Body Heat. Lawrence Kasdan. So basically, yeah, in the 80s, you had this phenomenon of erotic, thrillers. And I reckon one, we should definitely put it on your wheel. So it could be a category. And basically, yeah, just the similarities of like when a new phenomenon happens, all the cool dudes tend to be at the beginning of it. And it just gets a little bit more
Should we
shit.
call it
But
a
that's obviously
erotica?
no big revolution, actually.
What? So have you seen,
Revelation.
have you seen Poor Things?
No, I
Okay.
hear that's quite saucy.
Well, it
Not
is,
thriller,
but I
though.
wouldn't say it's erotic,
No,
really.
no, that
Is it-
definitely wouldn't go into this category.
Do you think
Hollywood
eroticism?
film noir.
Do you think it'll make a comeback, or do you think everyone's too self-obsessed?
Well, I think, yeah, back then you're lucky to see like, matron's ankle on a good day, or just visit the local woods and just pray you find a load of porn.
Saying that, what was that film? 4 Minutes to Midnight or something? It was like a
Right.
slasher film,
Yeah.
where the man, basically the killer, just got naked and killed people naked, and all the girls were naked. I'm sure the guy from Michael Caine, Michael Winner, that guy, Charlton Heston Bloom, what's his name, with the face?
Charles Bronson.
Yeah, I'm sure he was like the detective. For like 4 minutes to midnight or something.
Wow, that sounds all right.
Yeah, it's if Wyndham was here, which he's not, but he'd be finding out the facts for us. We have
Yeah,
to do it
he's quite
ourselves,
good.
I
Yeah, because
guess,
he'd
now.
have a thing. He'll have a thing. Yeah, so I've actually treated myself to a bit of peck. We would never have known. So yeah, I think we've learned that that's one of these legacies that we need to hold dear. Oh, Winnie
Yes.
Bum.
Oh, well, no, I don't think it was. Well, I don't know. What was his name again? Charlton who?
Charles Bronson.
Whatever happened to him?
Today's episode is sponsored by the name Charlton Heston.
It's not 4 minutes to midnight. It's called 10 to midnight.
10 to midnight.
1983. Birthed Bronson. Let's just. Yeah, this is worth telling. Hold on. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, where's the little thing gone? Oh, there is a little, but it's basically something like Bronson.
You still got that guy in your drawer?
Bronson hunts a birthday suited maniac. that's
A birthday suited maniac.
There you go.
Right, okay, fair enough.
See, you wouldn't do that these days, would you?
Yeah, I must admit it sounds a bit shit, but you know, what else?
No.
I'm gonna quickly say, I know we didn't do the trailer trawler, but hark that merry
Here it comes.
serenade. There it is. Can you see that in there? Can you see it?
I can see a lot
what
of
we've got?
rotting fish.
I know, over there. Crustaceans nowadays. They're getting just weirder and weirder. Oh, look. It's Nosferatu.
Ooh.
Play a clip.
Come to me, hear my call. Professor, my dreams. Yes.
He's coming. He's
coming.
So this is a film about making the film, is it?
No. That you're thinking of Shadow of the Vampire. That came out in 2000.
So what's this then?
Nosferatu. So our boy Robert Eggers, who did The Witch, brilliant film.
Yes.
The Lighthouse,
Brilliant.
fantastic film.
Love
and
that
a really catchy name. And then he did The Northman, again, really, really great, really meaty. So now, yeah, he's doing Nosferatu. It's going to come out in the US slap bang on Christmas Day, 25th of December.
Wow.
Amazing. We get it on the 3rd of January.
Well, why do we get it later? Why can't it all be released at the same time?
I don't know, man. I really don't know. Because surely it's just a digital thing, right?
Exactly.
I don't know. But anyway, so we get Bill Skarsgård. He plays our Count Orlok. Nicholas Hoult.
Now, Bill Skarsgård, he's the guy that did Pennywise, yeah?
That's right, yeah. So he's going to play...
Yeah. I revisited that for 10 minutes and wasn't impressed and ended up watching the 90s one again.
The 90s one
So
again,
much
see?
better.
So much better. So much better.
You should
And
see... Hey, you should see what's on my fridge.
What is on your fridge?
I bought a life-size head of Pennywise the Clown, a very realistic head. And
Tim Curry?
Yeah, and I've put a little audio thing in, so when you open the fridge, it goes, "Hey, Richie, you want a balloon?" It's amazing.
Oh, right, so it's actually in the
fridge. It's a real thing. I'll show you later.
Jesus!
Yeah, that's what I do with my spare time.
I need to go to the fridge in a minute. I do feel a bit parched. I got to check that out. Right, listen. So yeah, Bill Skarsgård, he's Count Orlok. You've got Nicholas Hoult. Interestingly, he was recently just in Renfield with Nicolas Cage playing Renfield. So we've got him again in obviously a tale
Oh, the guy from
technically about Dracula.
Shivers, Skins.
Yeah, the British guy, the
Yeah.
British guy. That's it.
I'm
Yeah.
glad he's doing all right.
You've got Johnny Depp's daughter, Lily Rose, in there.
Oh,
Aaron Taylor Johnson, who's supposed to be, so he played Kick-Ass. So he's now actually billed.
he played Kit Car from Knight Rider.
He played Kick-Ass from Knight Rider, yeah. But now he's got different hair.
Who is it? Sorry, again.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, and apparently he might be James Bond. The next one.
Oh, is it? What colour is he?
He's British again. He's a very British colour.
Well, that could be any colour.
Exactly.
There we go.
Game on to me. Ralph Ineson. Oh, right. Ralph Ineson. He's cracking. So I don't know where he's British again, but he was in The Witch. Absolutely superb. Great, strong actor. So obviously, Eggers liked working with him. And then the wonderful, the only William Dafoe. All right.
Oh, wonderful. I love
Yeah.
William Dafoe.
So in all honesty, if I did actually look at that casting, I would say it's implying that Eggers is kind of going for the box office. You know, that's
I
quite
think that's going to be
safe.
the big hit. I mean, you can't go wrong with that cast.
It's quite a safe cast. I mean, like casting the guy that did Pennywise and all that, even though he actually does look great. He's an
Do you
interesting
think it'll be in
actor.
black and white?
I won't think it'd be in the black or the white, but I think it'll be very, very romantic looking. Obviously, we're set right back in the Victoria period. Uber gothic. You can't get any more gothic than Nosferatu. Can you?
Well, Batman Returns.
So I think, well, yeah. Well, no, this will trump that completely. But yeah, it's all around Christmas time, so I'm really excited. I mean, I can't remember the last time we had like a classic old horror story.
Yes.
You know, I think the last one must be like Frankenstein with Kenneth Branagh, and that was a ton of shit.
Hold on a minute. I think you're forgetting Tom Cruise and the Universal Monster world.
They don't count.
Oh,
They
dear.
don't count.
Awkward. Hey, what did you think of June 2? Did you I take it you went to the cinema to see it?
I'm a really, really big fan of Jude and the story, and a very, very big fan of David Lynch's version. And I think going to see this one, I mean,
Hold on. We have to talk a little bit about Twin Peaks 4. Come on. Have you heard that
Twin Peaks
they're
4?
making the fourth series?
Are you 100% sure?
I swear on all that is holy. It's fucking amazing. I can't believe I rewatched series 3 a few months back, and it's just phenomenal. It is phenomenal. Every film is like,
and he didn't have to do that. He could have
and he doesn't have to do
it by the numbers.
He doesn't have to do the fourth series, but he is.
Yeah.
And so we are gonna find out what the fuck was all that about with Laura Palmer.
and Carl McLaughlin, he's just wonderful as hell in it. It's so good. There's so much in it.
But
even
also,
just like one episode.
You know, when I watched it when it was released, I remember being actively disappointed at the lack of Twin Peaks. But actually, there is a shitload of Twin Peaks in there. Loads of Twin Peaks, more than I thought.
More than I thought. Yeah, you're right.
So there we go. So that'll be exciting.
I never knew that was actually in stone, though. I thought it was just like rumors flying.
Yeah, no, it is being made. So that'll be interesting.
Amazing.
Yeah. So there we go. So that's a nice little ending. So we better get back onto an even keel and open a wonderful world of Wyndham's Wheel of Wonder. Should we call it the Wyndham's Wheel of Wonder?
The wonderful world of Wyndham's Wheel of Wonder.
Yeah, I've got to find it. So talk amongst yourself. Seen any other films recently?
Oh, yeah, I have, but I can't think of them.
Well, I think we've covered quite a lot.
I think we've done quite well. Like on the cuff, you know.
Exactly.
Just to smash that hymen, destroy that hymen, and then we're back on. But obviously, yeah, the Winnie Trap, we can put our feelers out, and I can see who will be up for joining us for the next episode.
Who's going to join us for the next one?
I reckon I'll be able to convince Terry to join us.
Well, we don't know who's going to be there because we have to work into the trap. But Ashley's desperate to do one as well. So yeah,
So we got options. We got options.
yeah, and he knows his films. It'll be good value. Here we go. So yeah, so let's see what the trap. Maybe it'll just catch wind of.
Yeah, well,
Who
yeah,
knows?
exactly. That's the plan.
Who knows? Right. Well, at the moment it's saying it's taking 9 minutes to download. I'm sure it'll speed up in a minute. 8
Oh,
minutes.
what? This is the
6
world,
minutes.
the wondrous world of Wyndham's Wheel of Wonder.
The movie Lighthouse Wheel of Wonder. Here it goes. Here it goes. Here it goes. Oh, it's called Sleeping with the Lights On.
What?
Oh.
What?
Well, it's better than a year, isn't it?
I need more than that.
No,
Sleeping
that's
with the
all you've
lights
got.
on. What the hell does that mean?
Well, it's up to you. So basically, the new rule is I'm going to choose one, you're going to choose one, and we're going to watch both of them.
God, imagine that. What does sleeping with the lights on mean?
Well, you've got about 2 minutes to work it out. Okay, so go on then. Tell us what yours is.
Okay, I'm going to go for Ken Russell's Altered States, 1980, science fiction horror.
Oh, it's not about Amazon or some shit like that, is it?
Well, no, it's about a scientist that's kind of experimenting with the deep, deep, deep oceans and caverns and universes within yourself, within the human.
So it's
within...
not by the guy who did I Am William Blake.
No. Oh, no.
Oh, good. What's it called again?
So it's called Altered States.
And
So
why
that scientist
does that relate to the category?
It requires him to go into a dark chamber and to sort of meditate and sleep really deeply.
Oh,
So obviously that's basically sleeping with the lights on right there.
fair enough. Well, I am going back to 1950.
Awakening, that's it. Sleeping with the lights on and the light.
The Awakening,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to go
okay.
back to 1953 for the sci-fi classic Invaders from Mars.
Fantastic.
That little
So
boy
this
Jimmy
is-
was just like me, living on the farm, having to go out in the middle of the night to check for aliens or pigs or whatever. Couldn't get to sleep. So there we go.
Yeah.
Scared the shit out of me. So,
Yeah.
So
I saw that quite young. There's like an image of a hill where he's looking
Oh
out the
my
window.
god, yes.
Why is that so vivid in my
And that
mind?
little
Just that one
that
scene.
little dot at the back of the head. That's all you need.
Yeah.
I mean, before they had the ability to develop, obviously, the wonderful puppetry they used in Puppet Masters.
Brilliant. So we've got two sci-fis here: Invaders from Mars, Altered States.
There we go.
Wow. We've done quite well.
I
That's
think
punchy. There are two punchy mothers there.
Great. Well, there we go. Well, that's us done. I think we're going to be all right. I think we might just pull through. Don't tell Wyndham we're not doing this episode. I'll keep you hanging.
Yeah, do it.